if you peep around at the state of the world that you are living in right now, it's more of seeking stuff, right? It's more of seeking relationships. It's more of seeking money. It's more of seeking clothes. It's more of seeking. It's not of the giving energy, right? And what I want you to peep from the message is when you realize that everything that you go through life is transient. Every good thing that you go through, every bad thing that you go through, every happy moments, every sad moments, every angry moments, it is all transient. And the more linear thing that you see within the whole spectrum of being happy, sad, this, that, you see there's a line. That is the you. That is your consciousness, right? And someone asked me a really good question in one of my videos, right? They were like, you talk about consciousness and energy and vibrational states in the subconscious mind, but what actually is consciousness, right? Because it's a very ambiguous question. Like, what is consciousness, right? You might say, oh yeah, I'm conscious right now, but when you sleep, you're still conscious, right? And so there's a consciousness that is linear throughout. And so I'm here to clarify what I mean by consciousness, and I hope this video helps as well, because it's going to be of massive value too. And so what I basically mean by consciousness is, this is purely my subjective opinion. If you want to check what other people think and this and that, that's all up to you. However, this is what I think, right? And so to break it down in very, very, very simplistic idea, is just the non-linear essence of what you're experiencing, right? It's basically you before your identifications and your labels. Because what we see, right? I'll give you my example. Let's say I identify myself as a person who likes to read books, a person who likes to record videos, a person who likes to play football. I'm attaching myself to those things, right? However, what am I before those things? What am I before those labels? And when you take a step back, you will realize what consciousness is. And consciousness is basically everything before you attach yourself to the world, right? It's the observance of the world. Right now, I'm looking at things, right? I'm looking at it from my own subjective perspective. However, before that subjective perspective, there is an observer of that reality, right? And I'm not saying I'm not the observer, because I am. And so when you realize that, you detach yourself from the labels that you put yourself. And guess what? It's not easy. It's not even simple. Most people don't do it. However, when you look at it from a broader perspective and you realize how everything is, you shift your paradigm and you view everything as not that deep. Plus, you'll become the observer of life rather than the person who is in the game, right? An analogy I can give you with this is, let's say you're playing GTA, right? You're not really the character in the game, are you? You're not Michael, you're not Franklin, you're not CJ. However, when you take a step back and you realize, I'm just someone that is controlling the character and not the character themselves. Let's say someone calls you stupid in the game, or someone says, you're such a bad driver in the game. You're not going to take that seriously, are you? You're just going to laugh for a second and then you're back in the game. And so it's the same with your consciousness as well. You are not something that you identify yourself as outside, right? And this relates most to emotions as well, because when you think about it, when you attach yourself, who you are, your essence, to the emotions around you, right, what happens is you see yourself as a sad person, as a person who is depressed, as this type of person, as that type of person. However, who are you before you attach yourself to that, right? That is what I mean by consciousness. Consciousness is basically something which allows you to experience life, and it is not you feeling sad, it's not you feeling angry. Everything around you, everything else around you is merely like clouds passing through the sky. Like, let's say I'm consciousness right now. For example, I'm consciousness, and you see the clouds above, right? The clouds above are merely my thoughts, my emotions, my labels and stuff like that. And it is not me, right? It's the clear distinction to make that is not me. And the main message which I want to put inside your mind is that you are not your labels, you are not your thoughts, you are not your body. You are simply the person that experienced these things, right? You are simply experiencing your body. You are simply experiencing your thoughts. However, that being said, you need to realize that the natural state of your consciousness, right, when you came onto this planet, is of happiness and peace and joy, right? That is your natural default state. If you look at the vibrational chart by Dr. David Hawkins, you understand that, yo, listen, you are not here to be sad, depressed, or like grind every single day. It's just that you've been designed. It's all by design that you are being this way, right? It's all by design that the education system is constructing slaves. And so when you understand that knowledge, you understand that, yo, listen, it's not that serious of a game that I'm playing, right? Even though it may seem serious, it's not that personal. And you take a step back from it and you realize that the natural state of your consciousness is love, peace, and joy. And you need to just cut off the stuff that is merely holding you back from that state, right? And so I hope this message helped you. Thank you for watching. If this helped you, let me know in the comments. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.